For our strength training this month, we're going to do some send-offs, and this is where the coach is going to have to stay focused and you're going to have to stay focused and work on these, because this is something where you're not going to be working at your own pace at this point. Now, you're going to have plenty of time, but this can be really challenging to stay organized as you're doing this one as well. So we'll see how it goes. But we're going to have 4 exercises, and you're going to rotate through them like a circuit. We'll get things set up before we get started as much as we can, so that once we get started, we're not having to think about it as much. But this is going to be on you at times to know what you're doing and when you're ready to do it. But 4 exercises. Now, we're going to start with 5 reps. The first week, we're going to start with 5 reps just to feel it out, time it out, and see how it's going to work for everybody. Also give you some feedback about how it's feeling. But we'll do 5 to 7 rounds. You're going to do just 3 reps. Now, this isn't 3 as heavy as possible reps. This is 3 reps at about what your 5 rep max would be. So, for example, we have our deadlifts here. If, for example, you can deadlift 100 pounds, and that's pretty light, but again, a lot of you can, and most of you can, and most of you can do way more than that, but 100 is an easy number to work with. If you can do 5 reps for 100 pounds, then here, what you're going to do is you're just going to do 5 or 100 pounds for just 3 reps, okay? So we're going to leave a little bit of gas in that tank on each set here, because they are going to start to add up. And total rep-wise, we're going to get more reps in. It's just going to take some time to get there. So you're going to have 60 seconds to do 3 quality reps. Now, again, we're focused. The great thing about these send-offs is that we can challenge ourselves a little bit with the weight, but we're also going to have some extra fuel in the tank, and it's also going to allow us to focus on the form itself. So we're not rushing to get these done. It's not like get them done as quickly as you can. It's use that time to get those quality reps in, move to the next station. I don't want you feeling exhausted. I don't want you getting behind. This is going to require you to focus a little bit on how you're feeling and make some adjustments. So we have deadlifts, so we'll do 5. You're going to do 3 reps, 3 heavy reps on the deadlift, but again, a weight that you could do 5 reps, so we leave a little bit in the tank. Then we're moving on to our incline alternating bench press. So we'll do 3 reps on each arm, hip bridge rows for 3 quality reps, and then some lateral step-ups. So we'll get the room set up. This is where it's going to have more of a boot camp feel as far as getting some things set up in the room, also depending on the number of people are there. So going through them, you know, the deadlifts here, you can use the kettlebell or the trap bar here. You got Coach Matt getting set up, chest up, nice flat back, driving through those heels, squeeze those glutes, tall posture at the top here. Again, I want you to feel like you're nailing those reps, 1 good rep at a time, just 3, and then you're gonna move over to the alternating incline bench press. So on the bench here, remember, this is where 1 arm at a time, both stay up, and then 1 comes down and up, then the other here. So this one's gonna take a few seconds longer, but you wanna get over there. This is why it's important to make sure you're not wearing yourself out, so that when you get over there, you have enough time to get those weights, get them set up, so when we're ready to go, you're gonna have 60 to 45 seconds to work through these. 1 rep, or each arm alternating, 1 rep at a time. We'll get 3 on each side here. So this is, again, in week 1. It's hard to say exactly what that weight would be. It's going to be a little bit lighter than what you're doing on that flat bench, but you can figure out as you go. You can also go back and look through some of the weights from the months before when we've done the alternating incline bench press to give you an idea. But remember, week 1 anyway is a lot of figuring out what weights work. As we're going around as well, you can always adjust that weight if you feel like you can go heavier or if you need to go a little bit lighter. So 3 on each side. Then we're gonna move over to our hip bridge rows. Again, here, getting set up underneath the anchor point, hips up, squeezing those glutes tight, pulling your chest all the way up to your hands here. This is important because, again, we're only doing 3 reps. If you are going so heavy that you're not getting those quality reps in, you need to make it a little bit lighter. So if being directly under the anchor point is a little too heavy, you turn around and work more of that traditional TRX row here. If you feel like this is a little too light, you can also walk your feet a little further away from you here, you know, making yourself a little bit heavier for those 3 quality reps. But I want you to feel like you can hold yourself up there for a second and then controlling the way down just like T is doing here on this one. And then our last one's gonna be our lateral step up. So again, a very simple exercise. This is another one where you're gonna wanna challenge yourself with those weights. Grab weights that will be challenging. Again, not so challenging that you can't do the 3 reps on each side, but enough that you feel like, hey, by that 5th or 6th or 7th round, I am going to be feeling this a little bit more. Knee stays out over the midfoot, chest up, going as wide as you feel comfortable here. Deep breath in, push that air out as you drive up, push, crushing that box here. So it's going to be 3 to each side. You can hold kettlebells or dumbbells here, whichever one feels most comfortable for you. So that's the circuit, and we're gonna work through them one at a time. So you'll be moving around the room the entire time here. And again, if you start to feel yourself getting behind, you're running out of time, or you're feeling like you're breathing so heavy that you're not able to get started here, either lighten the load or take a round off. Do not get yourself stuck in that place where now you're finishing, but we're counting down again. First off, it's gonna disrupt everybody else, and it's not what we're doing. I can't express this enough. The idea is if you are worn out after a set and you're not ready to go to the next set, you're going too heavy, and we'll smack the shit out of you if we have to reinforce that. We're probably not going to, but read your waivers, okay? So again, at first this is gonna feel a little deceptive. The idea here is that we can get just as many reps in, if not more, than we normally would on a regular workout without feeling as worn out as we do with, those sets of more reps to get to the same place. So if we can get 15 sets in 5 reps instead of 15 sets in 3 reps, or 15 reps in 3 sets, then we are able to save a little bit more energy and focus a little bit more on that skill. And when you practice this one consistently, you will see those strength gains as well. So it's a slightly different concept than what some of you are used to, I understand. So in that first week, just give yourself that time to see what we're doing, get familiar with it, and we can build on it in weeks 2, 3, and 4 there.